Sangye Shindu Mite Uwari Jokun Nandak Shinga Chupasho Guru Lakmananda Lakane Yatayami.
I want to say that there's a certain I can feel the hearts opening in here, and the whole timing and hour and so on and so forth. There's probably a filter for that. For those that are still here. Some people had taken and still there's and your willingness that there's something the heart chakra actually has to go through for what you're about to do, and that's the setup. I just want you to know it's a setup. Okay? There's something that happens when you spend hours either waiting or listening or contemplating or expecting something to happen. There's something that needs to happen for you to take the commitments that you're going to take. So don't think that it's anything other than that. Okay? It did start at 7, and I don't know when it'll end. But know that it's been a process, and for some many days it has been also. But it's just really nice to see, and I can really feel it very strongly. It's just very exciting. It makes me very happy. And know that these are vows of refuge. Very, it's like, it's a big first kind of step, even though you've taken many first other steps. To get here now. As well, though, observing these kind of vows will create your body of light. You are planting the seeds for that. You are taking refuge in that. Your enlightened body, your enlightened mind, your enlightened speech, which will help many people, countless. It's my wish to go through the commitments with you before we take them. I could do it the other way around, but I need to do them first. You need to hear them first. Some know them and some don't, and I will give you something afterwards
Oh, no, no.
So you can have something to refer to. Whatever you can't remember from tonight. This will all be one big refuge blur. There are certain commitments that have to do with refraining from doing something. And there are commitments that relate to individual place of refuge. And these are the ones that have to do with refraining from something. The first one is, once you have gone for refuge in the Buddha, then stop taking refuge in worldly things. We discussed a lot of what that is. And simply put, stop taking refuge in what? What do you take refuge in every day? You take refuge that the gas will get your car going? Do you take refuge in the job will get you money? What do you take refuge in? That the light switch will turn the lights on? Stop doing that. That's taking refuge in that things function on their own. Understand the car starts and goes because you gave people rides. The lights come on because you made many offerings of lights. And then you have to look at the big picture, okay? How far can you do that? What is the extent? You know, I'm talking about the lights, the gas in your car and stuff. How about the things that are happening that you know of that are even further? Can you extend? First you extend out of your skin, then out of your walls, and then out of your state, then out of your country, then out of the universe. How far can you go? So you're not seeking refuge in worldly objects, in how you see the world anymore. You have to start viewing the world with the view of where things truly come from you. Seeking refuge in your enlightenment, in enlightenment, in those who are enlightened, such as those Buddhas and angels that you already know or don't know or are waiting to meet or whatever it is. Once you have gone for refuge in the Buddha, then stop taking refuge in worldly things. Once you have gone for refuge in the Dharma, then stop harming any living being at all. Not harming any living being. We seek refuge in the Dharma. We seek refuge in seeing emptiness directly. Once you understand where things come from, how could you think to even harm somebody? You'll make mistakes, but how could you think to do it? You have to start thinking, well, does this action hurt someone? You know, or I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's just like when you really understand that I don't know, if you really understood where every painful thing comes from in your life, it's from harming others. It's crazy to act the way that we are. It's crazy. So you're taking refuge in them, not harming others, because you will try so hard, so very hard, to not do that, because you understand how much suffering that's going to bring you. That's going to bring your neck ache, your backache, your up to you war, all the way up to someone else's war. It's huge. It's huge. Once you understand emptiness, it's just crazy to harm anybody. It's crazy to say one nasty word to somebody. It's just... So you have to start thinking much more about that. Then, of course, we do things later we find out it hurt them and stuff like that. Then that's when you get more subtle, Where you start to think even, doesn't seem like it'll hurt, but maybe it will. And then, you get more subtle and more subtle about how it is you act with other beings. That's taking refuge in the Dharma, not harming others. Once you have gone for refuge in the community, then don't associate closely with those who are not on the path. What does that mean? It's not associating with people who purposely harm others. Who, you tell me what that means to you. You see? You want to stay close to people who have a worldview of emptiness. You will find that you will almost can't live without that, because you kind of need that kind of feeling. It doesn't mean this is about taking care of your worldview. You don't want to be around things that are going to push you over that edge to start harming others, that are going to push you over the edge to, you're in a conversation and people are really slashing other people. What do you think? Can you sit there and not engage? Or you're going to have to throw in your slash and your put down and your this and your that and harm somebody, right? That's what it's talking about. How because you need to be around people of all sorts of views, of all sorts of paths. It's not about that. It's about world view. You will find people who are not Buddhist and have the most extraordinary worldview, better than yours, just from lifetimes and lifetimes of understanding this stuff. Associate with those who believe in the path and do seek refuge in this Buddha Dharma Sangha, but take care of your worldview, is what it's talking about. Take care of your worldview. If you're in a situation where you're starting to go downhill with how you see things in the light of emptiness, then you need to step out. Does that mean you leave the room? Not necessarily. You need to shift your mind. You can sit there. It's amazing how helpful those situations can be to force you to think about emptiness. That's all you have to do. Maybe you need to leave. I don't know. It depends, of course, on the situation. You know that. You know your limits of what it is. Sometimes you won't even want to be there. You'll think of an excuse. I'll go to the store and get that. Because nobody else wanted to leave. Oh, I'll go. Know it. A couple of minutes engaging in reading things that are going to destroy your worldview is probably enough to understand what others are suffering so you can help them. use it as a means to help others, then you're using your worldview. It's not saying that you need to sit there and start giving them your emptiness and karma speech. It's not going to be like that. It's not about that. It's your own mind. You might be just planning your next course that you're going to teach. Or how you're going to actually help somebody else. Maybe it's not in that moment. Don't start thinking that that means that you have to get them to engage in your worldview. It is not about that. It is your mind. You get your worldview better, and they will be talking it. You won't have to worry about what you're associating. You'll be overwhelmed with people who are talking about emptiness and living their life according to exactly what you want to live your life by. You know, just really start listening and feeling the energy that you're around and how it pulls you away from understanding karma and emptiness. And if you're not strong enough and it pulls you too far away, then you need to do something actively. And it could be you choose. It could be, sometimes, you're stuck with the family for 7 days. What are you going to do? Walk out every time they sell coffee? What kind of visit is that? No. You will become a very skillful practitioner because of these commitments. You will be able to help endless amount of people because of that. It is not about distancing yourself from them. It is getting closer to being able to help them. You have to know that. It is only about that. And you are not better. They're probably all enlightened. They're just like talking about these things just to see what you're going to do. Don't think you're better than them at all. You are not. At that moment, don't think that. It's not the time to be thinking that. Anyway, when you're doing your practice of feeling really, in your results refuge, I'm taking refuge in my enlightened body and all that. Yeah, you can rejoice and feel how you're 1 in a million and all that. That's important. But at a moment like this is not going to bring that on necessarily. Because then what are you going to have? Just a bunch of arrogance, and you just sucked right in to breaking your worldview. Right? You see the fine line? And if you've been practicing long enough and also have many people in your life that are not on the path, then you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Your mind will slip into things that are not important if you don't hold your worldview strong. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Everything that you will hear and you will be able to help. It's your worldview. Check your worldview. It's okay. And you could be out and be closely associating with anybody. It's beautiful. It's actually, it's a way to get closer. And you will be able to help many, many people just by your presence. It should actually help you to be more compassionate. Not like, oh, I can't be with them. I was told I'm a refuge. I can't hang around with those people that are not on the path. It's not good. It's to be more passionate, about your path, to be more compassionate about them. It's like one of the most beautiful, and it's the one that when you hear it, you get a little, like, what is that? But it's difficult to have this kind of worldview when you're in the world. You know it, right? It is. It's hard. And that's why it's here. It's telling you, just watch out. It's very difficult. Right away. We get sucked in it all the time. It'll happen as soon as you walk out the door. after being in it for hours here. So it's just telling me, watch it. And it's important at this point. You don't want to slide and, gradually, start running back to running your life by mental afflictions. You're going to try to cut them at the root with your wisdom instead. The next commitments are about to continue doing something. Commitments to continue doing something. Once you have gone for refuge in the Buddha, you must consider any image of an enlightened being to actually be an enlightened being. Regardless how poor the quality of the material used for the image might be, or how poorly it was fashioned, and with any such image at all, on down to the broken pieces of an image laying in one of those special shrines for storing discarded images. What? Right? That's weird. Consider any representation of an enlightened being as that being themselves. Okay? It's how you act towards things that you see as holy. Does that mean if you look at some of the images and say, well, that one's not holy? Yeah, so I can trash that one. Because you don't see it as that anymore. Be careful. Is it only just images of Buddha? You have to think about it. Okay? Just be careful, because at some point in time, someone saw Tara, and that's like a photograph. Someone saw someone. It represents a sacred time in someone's life, you see? Just as it will be a sacred time in your life when you become enlightened. Now, why I ask you, is it just an image of Shakyamuni Buddha? Or Tara? I mean, Shakyamuni Buddha, we call it the Coke Classic Nirmanakaya. Right? It's the classic view of Lord Buddha. How else might a Buddha appear to you? Do you know? Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you don't even know. Hey, so what are you going to do with all the images you see? I mean, an image of a holy being, you might see. I can't tell you how you might see it, because you know when you've had contact with an enlightened being, you know how that can be something that you just didn't imagine before. So you must respect any image that you see so that you can see them. How else do you expect to see your Lama as a Buddha if you never respected a Buddha's image before? oh, they didn't paint that good, or oh, that's from another, I don't know who that is, that's some goddess from such and such a thing, some other religion. You're dissing someone who you're waiting to come to see you. No, they see you already. That you're waiting to see that they see you. They're there. And you can't see them because you're not respecting the image of a holy being. Even if you are, do it more, and you will see exactly your Lama as a Buddhist. It's very special. It's very, very subtle. And then, even that will plant the seeds for you to see your own body. You'll look down and it will be a body of light. You will see it as that once you understand that what you're seeing as images or representations of that it's a representation, but it's of a real, live, enlightened being. And once you have different respect how you treat it and how you engage with it, then you will begin to see it, guess what? Not in a picture, not in a statue, in the flesh, or, well, you'll see it as flesh, but they won't see it as flesh. You might see them as flesh, but they'll look down and see light. And then one day you'll look down and see your own flesh as that. And then it'll be some image on something and something. You see how it goes? You have to follow how this is to ripen in your mind. Otherwise, it'll just mean you'll read it like I just read. And, consider, there's all sorts of rules that go with it. You can't step over, and you get in a bedroom, and there's like specifics also. But it's your view that's really important. See how many there are? You should have. You follow. You do. Once you have gone for refuge in the Dharma, you must honor any piece of writing from a single letter on up, as if it were the actual jewel of the Dharma itself. I like this one. It's a fun one in Manhattan. From a single letter on up. Any written word. Once you have taken refuge in the teachings of the Dharma. My Lama always says this is impossible to keep in New York. You walk down the street, I mean, how much, I walk into my building every day, there's always menus. To walk over, you cannot walk over that Dharma book anymore in a class. It's very hard to do. So that means you should keep your book nicely so other people don't have a problem walking over. I just need to say that. So you also have to protect it. You don't put it on the ground. You should always have something under it. There's all this. You don't walk over anything that's written. You think, why? What is that? I mean, because there's newspapers, there's things all over the streets, right? It's fun. I think you can play like hopscotch or something. You don't jump over it either. Just it doesn't mean only step on it. You shouldn't go over it. It's true, right? Not only don't step on it, you don't go over it with your body. You'll be amazed what you see, actually. You won't want to. Because one day, out of respect for those letters, you will look down and there will be an incredible teaching right in front of you. You will bow down and put your head down to that piece of paper. That same piece of paper. Each letter, each syllable that you will see will turn into holy words for you because you have respect for them. Because you have treated them as something sacred. That's what you're doing. And maybe you'll pick up some of the papers and keep the city clean. Honor the letters. They resonate within you. The teachings resonate. The words resonate. The words are empty that you hear. And because you hear them and they make sense to you, you've created a lot of virtue. You've done a lot of good deeds with words. So you want to give respect to it. You want to honor any piece of writing. It's a beautiful practice, and it can save people. You meditate on that. Consider any written material, even a single letter, and see how things shift to you hearing the sounds and the words within your own channels. Something will happen. Once you have gone for refuge in the jewel of the community, you must pay high respect to the saffron robe. Whether it be a bolt of cloth which is meant to be made into robes, or just a single little scrap of saffron robe which has fallen on the ground, or saffron robes that are actually being worn by someone at the time. If you remember, when we went through the Buddha Dhamma Sangha jewel, the Sangha represents those who have seen emptiness directly. So you must pay respect to the thing that is representing that. It's the saffron, it's the robes. Once you've gone to refuge in the community, you are doing that as an act of honoring, seeing emptiness directly. How could you not? You'll see it. Do you remember that thing they did in Central Park? It was beautiful. With all those things.
The gates.
I didn't go. I should have went. But to me, it was like people were screaming, "See emptiness directly." Did you go? I didn't go. You went? Someone told me. Pulled me up. Said, "Come on, there's robes hanging all over the Central Park." Did you go? None of us did. We live in New York. That's the problem. Jersey people. Yeah, they just set these guys up. Oh, you went? You don't even live in New York. Anyway. Well, it's like that. You'll start seeing it in places. And it'll give you a perfect opportunity at that moment to remember about seeing emptiness directly. How beautiful is that? You see? I don't know how many chances you'll have to not step. To start picking it up and do all that. But when you see it, you should be thinking of it. So these have to do with the places of the next ones have to do with they relate to the places of refuge together. All of the places of refuge. Take refuge throughout the day by bringing to mind the high spiritual qualities of the objects of refuge again and again. So this is to take refuge over and over and over and over again by reflecting on the good qualities of the three jewels. Pretty much the stuff I just said. But you have to bring it to your mind over and over again. This isn't the one with this. So what are the good qualities of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha? You have to think. And you have to think about that many times a day, over and over again. You can think of the good qualities of your Lama. You can think of the unbelievable, unmatchless matchless, whatever, qualities of seeing emptiness directly. Like how there's nothing that's going to cut through your mental afflictions like that will. And aspire to that, at least once a day or 3 times a day, or, do your meditations. More than once a day? No. Do it once a day. But meditate on the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, the things we've been talking about. They're in your heart. And, well, if you meditate on your Lama, if you think about your Lama throughout the day, then you've got it, all of this covered. It's really important to start doing that. If you don't feel you have a Lama in your heart, then you need to be thinking about those qualities and those things that you want to see. They're right there, you just don't see it. They're right there in front of you. They've been following you. And they might change form. So you might be saying, oh, that guy that's been following me for so long. It might not, you still might have to see differently. Because they emanations, you think they stay the same all the time? They can change form. Bring that to mind. We've talked about it. I've talked to several people about meditating on that. That would be bringing up to mind the high spiritual qualities of the object of refuge. Just thinking, where are they? Who are they? What are they? Qualities, good qualities. And then, on the other hand, the other way to take refuge is what you're more likely, well, hopefully actually, more likely to do. Someone's yelling at you, or someone's criticizing you, somebody's telling you some negative things about somebody else. You take refuge immediately at that moment and understand exactly where that came from. That's taking refuge throughout the day. Immediately, something happens, throws you off balance, and you say, I know where that came from. That's you're taking refuge throughout the day. Please do it also when something good happens. Because if you know exactly where the something good happens, then you'll have more goodness. You want all the goodness. There's no reason you shouldn't have everything totally perfect, beautiful, blissful. Bringing to mind their kindness, offer the first part of anything you eat or drink to the 3 jewels. There's a standard prayer, I put it at the end of your book, that you can do. Offer somebody something first before you eat, please. Or before you drink, offer it to them. Make it real. Yeah, if you're eating alone, imagine, of course, do the prayer. Do the prayer anyway. You can memorize it. You should memorize it. But you should really just get the, every time you eat something, every time you take something, offer something first from it. Or just take. Offer. Encourage others to go to refuge. You tell me. Does that mean you go knocking on doors and say, oh, you should take refuge in the Buddha? No, not like that. You're not, what do they call that? Proselyte. It's not about that. It's not about like, you should take refuge. I know where you can go. You can tell somebody if you have a friend. You're not going to say, "Oh, there's this refuge class going on." I mean, it's not like you shouldn't I can't tell anybody. You know the difference, right? You know the difference. Encourage other people to take real refuge, and still you have to be careful, right? Someone's yelling, they're yelling back, and you're going to say, "Wait, stop yelling! Don't you know where it comes from? Don't you know if you keep yelling?" And you think, now what if suddenly you're yelling at them? They're yelling at you, like, "Well, what are you talking about? Did it help?" No. So how do you then even tell people, is the question. How do you even help people to go to refuge in emptiness and karma? How do you even do that? You have to start thinking about that. You have to start kind of playing with it. What does it mean to you and to the people you know? Like I told you before, it's like, do it inside first. Immediately do it inside first. Then you'll actually know what to do. You're going to know what to do. You're going to know what you can say to who. You'll know exact words. You might even never use the word emptiness or karma. You'll even meet Buddhist practitioners that are not taking refuge. So it's not about telling them, "Oh, come to Buddhism." It's not about, come take refuge with the Buddhist Dharma Sangha. It's helping people to know how they can get out of their suffering. And you will do that first by what? Your own actions, right? You go to refuge all day long. You figure it out. You contemplate in your heart when you're in a situation. And guess what? People will learn. They will go to refuge with you. They will follow you there. They won't want to leave your side. They will have such protection in your presence. It's beautiful. It really is. That's how you help others go for refuge, is by doing it yourself. Bring to mind the benefits of doing so. Go for refuge 3 times during the day and 3 times at night. What's different about this one here? This is just telling you better do it 6 times a day. And we have this prayer where you can do it 3 in the morning and 3 at night, and then they say, "Oh, okay, it's covered." I don't know. That works for you. You should do it. You should do the prayer. But I don't know if that's going to really have an impact on your heart. You'll have the prayer. It's in your book. It's the first one we do before class. We do it 3 times. So actually you did it already. No, we only did it 3. Should have done it 3 before this one. No, that's not going to do it. You have to bring to mind the benefits of doing that, of understanding those words. What is the benefit of that? 3 times a day, 3 times at night. Stop. What is the benefit of it? See, now you went to refuge all day long. Now you're taking the time to reflect and say, what is the benefit of doing that? What is the benefit of me thinking about where things come from? Really, you think about it. Well, how will I benefit of that? How can I benefit others? If I'm thinking how I will benefit, is going to be for sure that you're going to want to benefit others with that. For sure you will. There's no problem for a person who is struggling to keep world view. No problem for a person who struggles to keep world view. Please place all your trust in the 3 jewels during any activity you undertake at all. We have to that's actually why we say it before a class or before you do something, is that you're taking refuge before you do an activity. You take refuge with knowledge. the idea that what will happen if you think about these things before you do something, then the act itself will become something that will get you to enlightenment. So it's very, very good when, especially when you perceive that the thing that you're doing is something as an ordinary act, and you take refuge before, suddenly that act becomes something extraordinary. Because you loaded it with emptiness. And you're practicing all day long. It's not like you're at work or you're over here and then you're helping the Lama and then all these separate things and you're trying to juggle my practice and my work and my kids and my house. It's all one. Because you've taken refuge. It's all the same practice. Never give up the 3 jewels, even at the cost of your life, or even in jest. If you can't remember how do you say? If you can't remember when you turn on the light switch that light came from giving light to others, then you gave up. Taking refuge in the 3 jewels. This is very serious, this one. Oh, come on, you're not going to be thinking every time you turn it on or every time you do something. It's not that. You're not going to be able to do that. And don't try to go crazy thinking everything you do. It's when you don't bring it to mind many times a day. If you sit there and get all frustrated calling the electrician and calling the superintendent and the this, and you're getting all upset with the hardware store is closed and all these things because you have no light. And you've now got a pile of mental afflictions because you have no light. Did you take refuge in where that light came from at some point? No, you gave it up. Fix the bulb, fix the electricity, but know why it happened. Don't give up on knowing where things come from, ever. Watch your mind, see when you do it. You'll do it, but just notice it, and then you try to less and less and less and less. They're very difficult to keep. These are just refuge commitments. There's 12 of them. They're very difficult to keep. But the acceleration of all your karma to get the results in this life will happen. Forget about that next rebirth that you're running away from and getting protection from. You won't need to do that because you will become enlightened in this life. The refuge commitments are quite extraordinary. They're not big, high, secret vows of the Bodhisattva, but they're so, this is the basis of every single practice you will do. You can't do any of that without this. It's unbelievable. They're just, I don't know. You are so fortunate to be able to take them. And you must, can you turn it on? Don't get discouraged. You have to keep going because it will be difficult. Fight, like it's like, I was going to say fight, like victory. It is like that, like do it with that kind of yes, I can do it. Don't oh God, I screwed up again, and oh, I can't do it. It's too hard. It's different when you're yes, I'm going to fight this mental affliction, and you're happy about it. Be happy about it. It's going to be hard. It already is hard. Many of you have been keeping maybe a 6-time book or watching your mind because you've been studying. It's hard, and you know it. It is hard. Just say cancel. Say cancel. I don't know what it says. Okay. Unplug. Didn't have time to print it, so I have to do the ceremony on the computer. I'm sure you don't like it. That would have been another half hour of the karma waiting for me. So rejoice that it was there. Before we take them, and we'll do a little like switching of the situation. But before we do that, I really want you to, as a practice, try taking result refuge. I know you will do all the causal things, the planting the right actions and stuff. You will do that. But it's so important to take refuge in the enlightened being you will become. And all those things we spoke about are ways to do it. You need to have a Lama to see you as a Buddha, to see yourself as a Buddha. You need to see an enlightened being right in front of you. You need the guidance. That will ripen in your heart as an enlightened being. You. It is what shifts everything around. Trust me. I didn't make that up. But trust me, you know, you are going to be a Buddha, you know, if you're not already. You'll probably just make me go through this whole thing. But I'm going to say it anyway. You take refuge in that being. And then you will see them directly in front of you. You will. You will look down one day and see yourself as that angel, enlightened, helping billions upon billions of people. You just sit there, you know? You meditate, you sit there, just sit there and think about it. Talk to them, talk to yourself. Really, it's a very good practice. Just see yourself as the one who's going to help you. You see? You see yourself in perfect quality, perfect, beautiful. Perfect, you know, it's not a body of flesh, body of light. And you talk to them for help. They will protect you. Okay. Right? Ask them to send you blessings. And you will be blessed. So, you have to get up anyway, because you have to do all these prostrations and stuff like that. So, let's do that, and you go with him who had taken refuge before.
Okay.
You're going to share, you've taken refuge. So you will be, you take them for life. You take these commitments for life. You are bringing them to the surface of your heart. They are there. Okay? They are there. We never lost them. But now they are rising so high. Things will shift. Okay? So you know, you do it over there. I need some certain people in front here. That, and you two, yeah, let's go over there. You guys took them too. Yeah. It's over there. I just want people who are freshly taking them right here. Oh, that's what I'm trying to do. Those who have will be the columns, your strength. They are rejoicing with you and opening up their hearts. Sending light and blessings. And then are you wondering if you need your gloves or this and that? You need the long mandala craft.
Most of you should have the long mandala. You can share it with.
What's yours?
Yeah.
You can read your prayers with long mandala and you copy it on the cushion screen.
You're like, what do I do? I just need to focus for a minute. Oh my God. So how many do I have here? Wow. It's beautiful. 2, 3 frustrations, then we'll do more later. I'll give you a little something and then we'll get up again and do it. So it's like this is opening up your heart here. So yeah.
Okay, now.
So cute. Friends of light? Come closer. That? Oh, take that photo. Yeah, bring your house with you.
Lama Chunzum, is this where the camera should be?
Yeah, just back there, because I want it all done here. Now, mind you, I just want you to know that's for you guys. I am not putting that online or anything. It's just for you personally. So nobody panic and you like being filmed in your most sensitive moment. It's for you. It's just archival. It's for you if you want it, and we haven't talked. It's not going to happen. Okay? I did that for you. If anybody wants it. Some people like that. You can take pictures from it, I think, right?
Mhm.
Can't you do so you'll have pictures of your...
Should be able.
Just so you know. That's what it is. You know, I know. don't know what that's for. That's for. No, please do. Maybe they would like that. Maybe you could take one from the back for them. Some people like that stuff, right? You like that? You don't. Okay. It's just a minute. Be comfortable, because in a minute you won't be comfortable. You have to get in a certain pose and all that. So, you are here to stop pain in your life and in every other being's life. You have to think that you need help doing that. You need guidance to do that. You need somebody who's on you, watching out for you as you do that. You need that. So you're inviting all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to be here with you right now. And then you're calling out to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha to help you right now and forever. There is that feeling. You must have that feeling of some sort of fear that we spoke about, and believe that they will help you. You must have that. Please help me now. I want very much to be free from suffering. To help all beings become free. Please help me. You need that. You need to request help. And that's what you're doing. You're going to something that can protect you, to help you to do that. I mean, and how can they help you? You know? They are the jewels that will end all your ignorance. It's precious, precious jewels that will help you. Unbelievable. All the blockers to ultimate wisdom will be eradicated. You will become one who is free. You will. Do it with that no doubt. Do it with that kind of belief that it will help you. You do it with it. You can think how and you know that it will happen, because you have to know that others have reached that place too. Right? So you have to have some sort of belief that others have reached that place. Therefore, I can aspire to that. And that's who you're asking to help you. Those who have gone thus. They have achieved it. And so will you. They are qualified to help you. And you know that. In the ways that we spoke about. And you will be qualified. Do you believe that? Please believe that right now, that you will. You will reach that place. Have no doubt about that. Have no doubt about that. And do it quickly. Don't waste too much time. But do know that you will reach that place. Unbelievable how your heart will open when you take these commitments, if you really believe. It's unbelievable. So now, 3 prostrations to the Buddhas that have gone thus, you must make. And do that with that in mind. And then 3 prostrations to the master of the ceremony. And with that in mind, I want you to think of all those bodhisattvas, because I have to do 6, and feel it in your heart. You are prostrating to who you will become. no idea. You did it, okay, you did. You have to heel on your right knee and your palms joined at your heart. Show them how to cheat because it's too late. Nice. Huh? That's cheating.
Oh,
Instead of like that, which is proper. So when you get tired, feel free to do that. And you clasp your hands when you take them, like this. Palms together. Yeah. Okay. So just know that you can do that when you're doing it. It's really okay. I mean, I have to so no problem. So just know, regardless of where I take birth, here in the cycle of these realms, there's nothing that's going to be lasting happiness. There's nothing that's going to be lasting happiness. You must achieve the high state of the total enlightened Buddha. You must. That's ultimate refuge. It will free you forever. And in order to do that, you will go for refuge. And you will take the vows of a refuge holder. And you will honor these vows from the moment until the day you die. Thinking to yourself this with a great feeling of urgency in your heart. You have to repeat. I request to you.
I request to you.
I beg you.
I beg you.
O Holy One.
O Holy One.
Please listen to me.
Please listen to me.
Hear me.
Hear me.
I, and then you say your name.
I
am going to take refuge now.
I'm going to take refuge now.
Not only today,
Not only today,
but for the rest of my life.
but for the rest of my life.
I am going to the Buddha,
I am going to the Buddha,
Dharma,
Dharma,
Sangha.
Sangha.
I completely hope
I completely hope
that they can help me
that they can help me
destroy the root of suffering,
destroy the root of suffering,
to become free from it completely.
to become free from it completely.
So now think to yourself, you have to do it 3 times. So now think to yourself, I must achieve the highest state of the totally enlightened Buddha, which can free us forever from suffering. And I will do it for the sake of every single living being. I will do it for every single being. And you will honor this until the day you die, that you will do it for every single being. I request to you.
I request to you.
I beg you.
I beg you,
O Holy One.
O Holy One,
To hear me.
to hear me.
I go for refuge
go for refuge
until the day I die
until the day I die,
to the highest of beings, who is the Buddha.
to the highest of beings, which is the Buddha.
I go for refuge to the highest form of freedom,
I go for refuge to the highest form of freedom,
from desire, which is the Dharma.
from desire, which is the Dharma.
I go for refuge to the highest of all communities,
I go for refuge to the highest of all communities,
which is the Sangha.
which is the Sangha.
I ask you,
I ask you,
O Holy One,
O Holy One,
to consider me a refuge holder until the day I die.
to consider me a refuge holder until the day I die.
when you reach the third time saying it, you have to focus very, very strongly. Very strongly. Think very strongly right now, both of you. I want you to do it. That now you have such holy seeds. You have the seeds of holy refuge. Now I must achieve enlightenment now. No doubt. Now it will happen. I will achieve it because now I have taken refuge. I will achieve it. And after you say the third time, when you hear a snap of a finger, then you must know that it has happened. Instantly, you turn into a practitioner who has taken refuge. One day, instantly, you become enlightened. It's like that, just a shift in perception. I request to you.
I request to you.
I beg you.
I beg you.
O Holy One.
O Holy One.
To hear me.
To hear me.
I go for refuge.
Go for refuge.
Not only today.
Not only today.
But for the rest of my life.
But for the rest of my life.
To the highest of beings, who is the Buddha.
To the highest of beings, who is the Buddha.
I go for refuge to the highest form of freedom from desire.
I go for refuge to the highest form of freedom from desire.
Which is the Dharma.
Which is the Dharma.
I go for refuge to the highest of all communities.
I go for refuge to the highest of all communities.
Which is the Sangha.
Which is the Sangha.
I ask you, Vow Master.
I ask you, Vow Master.
Say it a little loud.
I ask you, Vow Master.
To consider me a refuge holder.
To consider me a refuge holder.
Until the day I die.
Until the day I die.
Vow is given. Keep them well. And you say, Lexo, Lexo.
Lexo, Lexo.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now you have fresh holy vow. It has removed a great amount of impurity within your heart. It washes away many obstacles. Because of this precious holy action that you have done, and the supreme thoughts that came to your mind. The powerful seeds you have now will open the door to receive great wisdom. It will. As the papas are turning powerless. Now, outer and inner. Outer and inner. During this ceremony, you collected great friendship. Even those getting the 10%, I think it's more than 10%, I think. Sat through all these hours, I think you got more than 10% for those who rejoiced and joined us. It's just you collected a great amount, what you collected today. And if that amount was a form, the amount of virtue that you collected, the world would be too small to keep it. That virtue is that big. It's incredible. Take refuge in everything you do, before, after, during. Why not? Be thinking of empty emptiness all day long. It'll come. It'll come. It's a hard path, but it comes. It pleases the Buddhist, the Lama, very much. And when all the angels are happy, they're really doing good things. They can hear them sing. If you listen, listen. The relationship with the three jewels is now extremely unique, very unique, very special. And they will guide you on the path. They look at you as their children. And I know you will be a great benefit to many people. And that's the point. It really is. You will reach the highest goal, and you will help others to reach that too. And just keep it really within your heart. No need to, shout it out, express, celebrate, but know that not always the thing to do is to celebrate it with those that may not also appreciate it. You have to be advised not to do that because it will cause all sorts of waves for them mostly. Their blockers will get more firm, and yours just open. Do you want any more? So just keep it it's a very personal practice. You know who to share it with. You know who to share it with. You know how when you disperse the energy, what happens? It gets dispersed. So just keep it close to your heart. With all your heart, you'll share it with those that are going to revel in it as you are. Then it will just make it more, right? You should revel, and you should extend your joy to the world. I mean, dedicate everything that you've gained. Give it away. Can you imagine? Just give it all away. Right? Just We're going to dedicate. I want you to just close your eyes and meditate. May I take this ship of leisure and fortune and give it sails. To move of my coming death, may I give the sails wind. To push them on by keeping the laws of deeds and what they bring to me, so I may cross this terrifying ocean of cyclic life. May I bow my head below the jewels of refuge. They will never fail me. May the compassion of the reverend lamas come to save me. May I attain the glorious Dharma body, the one mind, great bliss. And then may I make uncountable plays with physical bodies beyond number. And so have me keep and protect all beings, stretching beyond all space. By the might of truth, of the law of dependence, which cannot ever fail, and by the power of the unstoppable determination we feel, may all that we pray so purely, truly come to pass. Rejoice. Candy? Candy? She wants candy? Some candy, you want? I won't throw it at you. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Nexo, Nexo.
Alexo.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Oh, I have. Your commitment. Maybe keep doing the envelope? No, I'll do it now. So many of you have made personal commitments. You wanted to take these commitments, you got that. So I expect to hear from you. And it will only help the virtue that you need to do these commitments, which are in here. Who came to me here? Why? Quick. Reach enlightenment quickly. Oh, wait. Keep them well. Oh, I have a good idea. There's one on the producer. Oh, that's really good. Oh, beautiful. Oh, yes, Mark. I will be sending you your refuge names. I have them, but I didn't have time to. Ask and you shall receive. That's an interesting one. What happened here? Must be just New Jersey. Oh! I'm glad, because otherwise I wouldn't have been working.
No.
Yeah. Be in touch, yes. Did you get
I don't know.
David and put the old
You said hi,
Oh, thank you.
See you soon.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Make sure you get your name out. I don't want to speak. Okay. Her name is
Oh, wait, you gotta have some fruit. Take some fruit. Take some fruit.
That's true. The majority of
You want to be on the fast pass. Take some fruit. I'm gonna take this one. But Lorena, it's for you. Because now you are taking refuge in your enlightened self. Come take some.